Okay, hi. Spiritual sequel to Days They Confused. Why?
Why? Why not? Well, because my Days cast had all aged. I took 22 years to shoot, so they were all so much older, and I wanted to make a film about college. So I did. It is connected to Days specifically. If you think of the young guy who Mitch's character in Days kind of becomes Jake here. 4 years later, he goes off to college. In that movie, he's going into high school. This one, he's going into college. So
Is it a sort of nostalgic view of your college years, or is something else?
I don't know. I'm definitely working through material that was very real to me, that largely happened, the spirit and energy of it for sure. But I don't know if it's nostalgic. I'm not totally sure about that, but it's definitely a portrait of a time and a place that was, I look back on it and say, oh, that was pretty fun.
Why now?
Why now? Well, I think certain stories are eternal. People still, it's an interesting transitional moment in someone's life when you go from high school to college. And even though that's a long way in my past, I still think of that as kind of a pivotal. I guess I had a daughter who just got out of college, so I was thinking kind of in this realm. So it's got me thinking about college again.
The music.
Fun. A lot of different kind of music. Rock and roll, country, disco, early hip hop, punk, new wave. A lot of new stuff around. It was music industry is very different. A lot of success. Just average bands would sell millions of records. It was a pretty different time. A lot of music economically viable, floating around radios. I don't know. It was a good time musically. I think it was the last time my taste was, not that my taste was going in other directions, but I kind of liked what was most popular too, was just kind of the world I was living in. It was kind of the last time in my life that was ever the case.
And the disco and the dancing, you said before that you were teaching to your actors not to move too much. Explain the concept.
Well, they're athletes dancing, so they're pretty good dancers actually, and they're having fun with it unabashedly. But I think when people look back historically, they might look at Saturday Night Fever and think of Travolta's dance moves, and like people didn't really dance like that. You just sort of dance. You got in a groove with your dancing partner and tried to have fun with it. So I told the guys, you probably don't even like the music that much, but it's easy to dance to with those beats and everything. So it was fun. It was fun getting that detail right, and I kind of forgot how much young people today, it's a different world, they don't really dance. You don't go ask someone to dance and go out on a dance floor. It's just, they kind of stay in one place and move around a little bit. It's very different.
How the college life, particularly in the campus, is changing, in your opinion, from the 80s to your daughter years?
Well, I think the worst thing that happened for college is it just got really expensive. It was really cheap back then, so now I think they take it more serious or something. I don't know. The stakes were low back then, and I don't know. The 80s was a bit of a backlash, It was culturally, my film kind of depicts the end of the 70s largely. Just culturally, the Reagan era sent things in a different direction. Just say no. There was a lot of they started upping drinking ages, making it illegal for teenagers to be in the same car at the same time. And it was kind of a systematic assault, I think, on young, fun. Maybe the culture was swinging in a different direction there anyway, but.
The faces, the characters, the actors that you chose, they are absolutely interesting and funny. How did you choose them?
I love them. I don't know, casting's so important. I just kind of, you find the right people and you just, it's sort of like you sort of fall in love with each one, It's like what's special about them. And in this, you got to be careful because they have to fit into a team atmosphere. You want a team, there's a lot of good actors who I didn't use because A, they weren't maybe believable athletes, body and skills, and B, maybe, if they wouldn't be the best teammates. I was looking for kind of a team cohesion. So it's pretty instinctual, but there's always a lot of great talent out there. So I was happy to work with them.
And the last question is, we are following your life through your movies. We practically know everything about you now, indirectly. What is next? Which part of your life you want to tell in the next movie?
I don't know. There's different points in different lives, you know. So I can find personal elements in stories that aren't necessarily autobiographical, but I think I do feel lucky that I have actually tracked certain points in my own life, and I've been able to make movies inspired by personal experience quite a few times. So I have a few different ones. A middle-aged film that feels pretty close to me, and I also have another film about being young, about like an 8 or 9-year-old that I kind of found along the way that I want to do. So I don't know, still a lot there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, good talking to you, always.